subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
For far too long, Americans have been forced to put up with Democrat-run cities that set loose savage, bloodthirsty criminals to prey on innocent people, really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists, and they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and killers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems in life, with a magnificent future in this country. And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout our country. We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious just like they are. It's the only thing they understand. 24 of the top 25 most dangerous cities in America are run by Democrat mayors. 50 people were murdered in Chicago in recent weeks, with hundreds being shot. And it's time to stop this madness. The people of our country need to insist on protection, safety, law, and order. We have proven that it can be done because we did it right here in D.C., in District of Columbia. The capital of America was a bloodthirsty, horrible, dangerous place, one of the worst. And now it's a crime-free city, and we're going to keep it that way. It can be done. It can happen fast. All we want is, please, Mr. President, we need help. Chicago needs help. Other cities need help. We'll do what has to be done because we're going to make America safe again, and that includes our big cities. We're going to make those cities safe. Thank you.
All right, we in the building. What's going on, guys? We are in the building, yes, indeed. And round of applause for you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the house. Much respect to you guys, man. Glad to have you guys tuning in for the tap in. I need everybody to give me a fly retweet. That would be absolutely phenomenal. Give me a retweet and let everybody know that we are indeed live right now. And before we get started, you know I got to shout out many of the regulars in here. And everybody's in here. I see Brother Six in the building. I see Reba. I see Tierra Dynamite. I see Cicely Tyson's hat in here. I see Juice, FBA Town Business. I see No Cap. I see Rhonda, Ania Saru, The Black Receipt, Little Old Me, Shane, Queen FBA in the Bay, Brother Highland. We have Miss KD in the building. I ain't seen you in a minute, KD. We got Randy, the prototype, the Black Vanguard, the Black Views FBA. We got Grinds TV, Robbie Blue, Miss Skyline, Cousin Jerry, Brother Melrose, Dev in the building, and the Tethanator in the building. Respect to you all. So we're going to get right into it because we're going to get deep on this broadcast. We're going to get heavy, and I'm going to get some calls soon. We got to talk about the press conference or the statement Trump put out in regards to the incident that happened on that train in North Carolina. I discussed this yesterday, and I'm building on it because Trump did what I knew he was going to do. He came out, and boy, Trump was really milking it. Trump came out showing pictures of the white Ukrainian woman and the black suspect, and was talking about getting tough and, oh, we got to get vicious on these people. Oh, Trump was using all the racist dog whistles. What's up, Sister Brooke? Oh, Trump was using all of the racist dog whistles Oh, he was going there. And that's good. We need open white supremacy. See, we need white supremacy in the open like this. We need it. We don't need all that covert shit. We need them to put it right on out there, put it on out there, so we can stop playing games with it. I'm not saying subjugation is good, but we need to understand reality. See, they're bringing reality now. This is just hardcore white supremacy. They're not even trying to be codified with it, which is good. So that's going to wake us up, wake everybody up. When we wake up, we do good when we wake up. And Trump was dusting off all of those old super predator narratives. Oh, he was dusting it off. And let's be clear, some more footage of the incident came out today. I know Alex Jones was circulating it. I mean, the right wingers, they're just really going to town with it. Some more of the footage came out, which makes people more skeptical about the validity of this. Have y'all seen some of that footage? Yeah, it raises many, many more questions. There are a lot of people, and I'm talking about a lot of white people. Yesterday, we had several white people, and I'm talking about conservative white people who were like, "This is like some kind of psyop." These white people are like, "I don't really believe this stuff. This doesn't look real." A lot of people are questioning the validity of it because so many things are just a little too convenient. There's a lot of convenient things going on with this thing. You look at the video of the actual quote stabbing, there's a lot of things that stand out. Number one, when the dude raises his hand, he's sitting behind the woman. He pulls out a knife, a little bitty knife, and all of this stuff is just miraculously captured in 4K. And then he jumps up, and when he jumps up and starts gashing, it doesn't look like anything is in his hand. And after he did all this gashing of the woman's neck, there are literally no marks on the woman's neck. And when people ask about this, like, "Hey, how come ain't no cuts on her neck?" I ask them, like, "Hey, I got a question. Now, where are the cuts on her neck?" Right after she got quote stabbed, there's two different angles. One of her right neck, one of the left side of her neck. There's no wounds at all. No wounds, no blood, or nothing. And then all of the right wing think tank bot accounts started trying to dogpile. Shut up. Oh, you stupid low IQ. Shut up. Oh, yeah. When you see that, oh, that's something being orchestrated from the top. When you see all of these sock puppet and bot accounts trying to silence you from even questioning this stuff, that's something coming from the top, which further lends credence to the skepticism that many people have about this. A lot of skepticism. But Trump was running with it. Trump got up there showing pictures and doing the racial dog whistles. And, Trump understands that, white female victimhood paired with a black male suspect, that evokes a deep emotional and historic racial reaction among the white constituents out there. That's the same trope that they would use during lynchings, and this isn't new. So he's really doubling down on the super predator trope, which was popularized by the Democrats, really. See, that's why I don't get into that. Well, you should have voted for Kamala then. Oh, no, no, Trump is borrowing their talking points. Yeah, this is what Biden and Hillary Clinton and these people and Bill too, they were running around with that super predator narrative from the 90s. Yeah, you dig? So he's holding up photos and he's showing the visual equivalent of the super predator narrative. That black men are just inherently violent and they will target white women. And that energizes that base and that reignites that racial fear. And then Trump paints himself as a white savior, vowing to get the vicious criminals, showcasing the white victim. So he's creating a hero complex narrative where he alone can protect white America, especially white women from the black thugs. while deflecting from that Epstein list, by the way. All the white women victims of that damn Epstein scandal. Yeah, you're deflecting from that. Yeah, there was some white women coming out, some of the victims, like last week, coming out with a press conference trying to get some information released. Yeah, yeah. You ain't talking about them white women victims. Yeah. This is a big old smoke screen. But yeah, this also taps into that whole white replacement fear, highlighting that this woman was a Ukrainian refugee. Yeah. It's like, look what happens. We tried to help foreigners and um now the Negroes got them. So, this is also him trying to normalize militarized domestic policy. See, by exaggerating black crime, you're setting the public up to accept this harsh and these unconstitutional actions. That's going to bite the white society is going to get bit in the ass by it too. But they always have to funnel it in with this black fear. You see, and he's already talking about deploying the National Guard to black cities. We already know that they did it to DC. That was a nothing burger. They were doing traffic tickets and they're out there picking up trash. Um, but this is basically them trying to get federal dollars to some kind of urban violence task force. It looks like look for something like that, like they get some kind of permanent task force for urban violence, so they can militarize law enforcement all around the country. They're probably going to push for some of these some deeper cop immunity laws. They're probably going to increase federal funding for the police departments in general. Look for them to possibly start labeling a lot of black organizations as extremist. That stuff they would do with the Black Lives Matter and some of these social justice nonprofits. They're going to start kind of saying that they're radical and terror linked and anti-American and all that stuff. And now they're going to probably create a media pipeline around the whole black on white crime. You see, it's going to get heavy. It's going to get deep. It's going to get deep. But again, this whole super predator narrative, this is an old trope. This is a trope that's been around for a long time. Right after Reconstruction, after slavery, they created the whole myth of the black brute. They created the black brute myth that black men are going to run around and they're just looking for white women to start raping on. And that was used to justify lynchings, and lynchings were used to justify controlling us and also to take our stuff. Because when they would lynch a black person, they would blame the whole black community and say, "Oh, look, it's your fault that you all were black, and yeah, this dude raped a white woman, so y'all better get out of town by sunrise." And then when black people would be run out of town, what would happen? They would take their land, they would take their resources. So we really forget about that part of the game, how much of our land was taken from us. Yeah. And again, I talked about this before. They would use that super predator narrative in movies like 1915's Birth of a Nation, where you had white actors with blackface on portraying rapey black men, and they needed the Klan to come and save the white women. So that super predator trope, that's been a thing. That's always been a thing, going all the way to the 80s with the Willie Horton ad. In this situation from North Carolina, this is the new Willie Horton. Yeah, the Willie Horton ad from the 80s, that was a very, very pivotal campaign ad. See, during the 1988 presidential election, George H.W. Bush, the dad, um, he was going against, I think it was Dukakis, right? He was going against Dukakis, and I think Dukakis kind of had him. I think they were kind of neck and neck. And then, boy, Bush did this super predator ad campaign. It was about Willie Horton, a black man who he committed a violent crime while he was on a work furlough from prison. And there were a lot of white criminals who had committed similar acts as him, but Horton's image was used as a racial dog whistle. I think he killed a white couple or something like that. And boy, the right wingers ran with it. They were like, "Yeah, see, the Democrats had this furlough program and they let this violent super predator out. Oh, they let him out, and look what he did. He killed some innocent white people." And boy, white people flocked to vote for George W. Bush, for H.W. Bush. They flocked to the polls. Dukakis fell out of he fell out of the lexicon of society. He ain't been seen since. You see, so they understood these racial dynamics and how you can win elections. That's very powerful because that's part of white supremacist culture. This demonizing black people, that's a part of their culture. And then going into the 90s, the whole super predator narrative got solidified within academia and in further in politics. It was meant specifically to criminalize black youths. See, even the term super predator, that was created by a criminologist, a white man named John DeLulio. And I want to say he was with the Democrats because I know he worked with I think he did something with Obama or something like that. I'm not sure. But that term, the super predator thing, this white dude, um, a professor criminologist, DeLulio, he came up with that term in the 90s. And he was predicting that there's going to be a violent, ultra violent wave of remorseless black teens out here committing crime. And he said by 2010, it's just going to be an epidemic and we need, harsher sentencing. That's what led to all of those draconian laws, three strikes and the crime bill laws. It was that super predator narrative. DeLulio was telling the politicians, "Hey, man, these kids are going to get worse. They're going to double down, and by 2010, it's just going to be the country's going to be overran with young thuggish children, these black thugs killing and raping." Uh, and the reality is, by 2010, youth crime had been reduced damn near by 50%. It was the complete opposite. It was the complete damn opposite. Black crime, it was really at a low, especially with young people. It was low. And then he admitted later on that he was wrong, but they don't show that part of it. You can't reel the super predator narrative back in. It's already out there. But again, in the late 80s, early 90s, that super predator narrative, the Central Park Five, they were part of that super predator narrative. And that super predator narrative that legitimizes over policing and state violence. That myth that creates perpetual justification for militarized policing in black neighborhoods, from SWAT raids to broken window policy. That gives them justification to subjugate us because we're the biggest threat to white supremacy. Now, what's interesting, the super predator myth is never used on white mass shooters. They never use that on them. You've never seen these white mass shooters who shoot up schools every other week. You never see them called super predators, even though they got a house full of damn guns, sticks, choppers, Dracos, hand grenades. Well, he was lonely. He's not a super predator. Those Negroes are with the little pistols, not him with this whole arsenal of weapons. Nobody hugged him. He had little mental illnesses. His mother took Tylenol when she was pregnant. It's not his fault. We get a lot of splaining for these violent white supremacists. Oh, we get a lot of splaining. But again, man, when you look at the video, it's so many things that's not really adding up, family. There's so many things that's not adding up with the video of the woman on the train. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying it didn't. I just don't know. As I'm there's some things that ain't really, the math ain't mathing on a few things. The math just ain't mathing on a few things. Yeah. And we got to acknowledge that. First of all, like I said, it's a too perfect victim, too perfect villain. The whole thing is centered around a blonde, blue-eyed Ukrainian woman who looks like a model in some of the pictures, who's literally from the Caucasus Mountain area of Europe. That's so symbolic and convenient. That's too convenient. And then you got this large, mentally ill black man. Oh, just mean and stalking for no reason. And again, these are weaponized racial optics just before, the election season. Yeah, the election season's about to come up again, and so they getting this is a great political football to use. They're going to milk this, and again, just stuff that don't make sense. There are people on this train with this grisly murder that just happened. Everybody, some people out there with their phones, you don't see nothing on the internet. You don't see nobody post anything of this on the internet. You understand? Which is strange. Man, folks like to post everything on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. Nobody put this on the internet. Don't that seem strange? Man, somebody would have been doing Birdman hand rub to say, "Oh, I got the exclusive. I just caught a murder. I'm about to put this on my." Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, that's strange. Also, when the woman got quote stabbed, her reaction was weird. She looked like she got a mosquito bite. She's up here looking at the guy and just kind of looking around, and there's no cuts on her neck, no cuts on her hand, there's no blood. And she just slowly kneels over and kneels out of frame. And when she kneels out of frame, then there's blood on the floor. It's strange. And then another thing I'm noticing, she's holding her cell phone the whole time. She gets stabbed all up in the neck and wherever she got stabbed, and she's holding her cell phone. And even when she's falling down, quote, dying, she still has her cell phone clutched in her hand. That's weird. That's kind of strange. Hold on, let's get Cam in here. Cam, what are you, a white Hispanic or something? Because you were tweeting something to me. Cam, hop on in. Because you were trying to reprimand me for asking questions. Cam, what's up, man? Hop on in.
Can you hear me,
I
Tariq?
can hear you,
Tariq?
Cam.
Oh, no, I wasn't reprimanding you. It's like, come on, Tariq. She got stabbed.
Oh,
It, I understand that it's a political
no,
force.
no, no. Let's
The
stop. Let's
Repub-
stop there. Hold on. Wait. Well, hold on. First of all, let me get your headphones out, man, so I can hear you better. Yeah.
oh, dang,
Yeah.
hold on. I got my AirPods in. Hold
Right.
on.
Right. And send them shits back to Timu because they're not good. They're not.
The AirPods is T-Mobile,
No,
bro.
no. Timu, nigga. Ain't no T-Mobile. Timu. That's where you got them from.
You funny.
Now, Cam. Now,
But
what are you? Now, Cam. Are you his?
I
Now,
understand
Cam. So slow
your
down,
point
Cam.
of
Slam. Cam.
medical.
Cam. I can.
Didn't say
Cam. I can barely hear you,
you
brother.
defending or like downplaying it is the same.
Cam. Slow down. I can. Okay. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Okay, I can barely hear you. I'm trying to tell you I can barely hear you. You got them janky earphones in, brother. And what are you doing out this time of night, man?
No, like, can you hear me, Tariq?
That's even worse, man.
Oh no, but what I'm saying is that CNN and all the MSNBC, this because this is big on political stuff. They're like, oh, the reason why it's picked up is because Republicans are picking up on it. They're making it racial. It's not even about.
It's not about what?
It's not even about
God,
race.
man. Cam,
There's right.
Cam. Can you do anything about your janky phone, brother? I would like to mix it up with you. You got to do something about. You keep talking. Your phone is just getting jankier and jankier. Can you please take your earphones out when I'm talking to you to kind of tell you to pump your brakes? Is there's a reason, and you keep just talking and talking, and your shit is mad janky. Can you take your headphones off? Let's try it again, Cam. I do want to hear what you have to say, but I just want to be able to hear you. Right, Cam?
Can you hear me now?
That's so much better. Much
Yeah, my
better.
bad. All right, my
Much.
bad, Tariq.
Now, but before you go into your spiel, now, Cam, you're Hispanic, right?
I'm half black, half Mexican.
Okay. And yeah, we talked about that before. Yeah, you all Mexican because yeah, you didn't even know. Yeah, I asked where your dad was from, and you didn't know. So yeah, you Mexican.
Well, I answered it, but you know how it is
No,
with
you
you.
like you say he probably from a slave from Texas, dumb shit. Yeah.
Y'all called Obama black, so stop it.
Oh no, no, yeah, he ain't FBA. So
Mm-hmm.
neither are you, and neither are you. So
Yeah,
anyway, like I
neither is
said,
J. Cole.
well, yeah, yes he is. Yes he is.
I don't know about that. His mama white,
And his dad is black. So what you talking about?
whiter, whiter than Betty White. That's for sure.
And his dad
Gotta
is
pick and
blacker than
choose.
blackety black. So that's what's up.
All right, Tariq. All right,
Right. So
but what
anyway,
I want to say, all right, with you downplaying it, it's like the left media is downplaying it too. They're
forget
saying the
about that. Okay,
Republican.
no, 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 no. Stop all that political shit. I'm talking practical. I'm talking from a visual standpoint. How come there's no wounds in that woman's neck? Because y'all like talking in circles and all this.
Well,
Why were there not wounds in her neck?
she got stabbed in the chest from what it looks
No,
like,
no, no,
and
no,
she
no,
and
no, 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 she didn't. Because I looked at that shit in slow motion. She didn't get stabbed in the chest. And they kept saying the neck, the neck, the neck. Even Trump, she got stabbed in the neck. They keep talking about the neck. Don't get y'all move. I don't like people moving the damn goalposts. Now it's the chest. No, y'all was saying she got stabbed in the neck. All right. On the video, he didn't stab her in the chest. When I slowed it down, he's doing all that jugging at her neck, and ain't no scars on her neck, man. Okay.
I seen the scar on her nose, and that's what you were talking about. She was holding her nose. You could see the little scar on her nose. Also, this ain't a Quentin Tarantino movie. Blood ain't just gonna be squirting out. You ever
No,
see?
no. If you get stabbed in your neck, you gonna have a something. You ain't just not gonna have a clean neck with nothing on it. If somebody stab you in the neck, it ain't got to be blood gushing like Django, but your neck ain't just not gonna have no marks on it, sir. Something ain't right with that, right?
I understand, but she got stabbed. This ain't no
Okay,
false flag. This
okay.
ain't no.
I mean, well, damn. If you got stabbed, where are the stab wounds? Why does it look like when you look at a close up of the dude's hand, don't even look like anything was in his hand? He's doing all that jugging, right? Come on now. I'm
Tariq, come on. Even some of your supporters gonna be like, Tariq, she got stabbed.
why? Go ahead, go, Robbie. Go ahead. Yeah, if she got stabbed, okay, But show me a stab wound, okay? I'm a. When it comes to black folks, y'all, people put this shit on us where it always defies physics. It's always some shit we do. We got some super Negro stabbing techniques where you can't see the wound. It's always some old super Negro nonsense. That's super.
Oh my
We
God.
got these stabbing techniques where you can't even see the wound. That's how precise we are. Come on, dude. If you getting stabbed in the neck and I don't see no stab wound, I got questions. Robbie, what's up, Robbie?
Brother Tariq, are you ready for
Go
this?
ahead.
This is how you know they have the IQ of a pregnant flea. Now, when you're shaving yourself, if I just nick myself,
Yeah,
man, I could have blood going like crazy. And we talking about little baby
man.
nick.
I pop up.
Now, this is
Pop,
the
hold on. If I pop a pimple on my damn neck, I'm bleeding. Shit.
now this is the ace in the hole why you know they stupid. Compare her wounds to Ashley Babbitt. Case closed.
Mm, man. But yeah, Cam, my thing is I'm not saying it didn't happen, but some shit don't make sense. You getting stabbed in your neck and you ain't got no wounds, and then you slowly kind of keel over, you looking around, you ain't make no noise or nothing? Huh?
That's true. But even with that, she's from Ukraine. Ukraine is not even looked like they're not even looked up to in this timeline because of the Ukraine war. Republicans don't even with Ukraine like that.
What
It's the
the
fact that no, it's the fact
man, what is okay, what are you talking about? Yeah, you keep trying to
that no,
what are you
it,
talking about? Okay, good okay, goodbye. I don't know what you're talking about. You up here trying to You keep framing it politically. I'm talking about practically. I don't give a political party you're from. You getting stabbed in the neck. I expect to see a wound. Whether the Republicans in there with the voting season, what the hell are you talking about? This is why people are skeptical, because now all of y'all folks who's going along with the narrative, when folks start asking practical questions about this and why some of this shit ain't making sense, y'all start deflecting. Why y'all deflecting so much? See, that's another thing that makes people skeptical. When I ask, hey man, how come ain't where are the wounds? Oh, shut up. Oh, low IQ. Oh, you dumb blacks. And okay, you doing all that talking. None of y'all are not answering the question. Okay, yeah, dumb IQ, all that. Oh, yeah, I'll be all that. Okay, now answer the question. Let's not deflect. How come you ain't answering some of these simple questions here? Where in the hell are the wounds? And why was she sitting up there getting stabbed and quiet and not saying nothing? That's a legitimate question. She didn't say shit. Just sitting up there looking around. You got stabbed, and you just sitting there quiet, looking around, holding your phone. Okay, that's strange. That's strange. Yeah. And she even had her arms up, because all that shit about she got stabbed in the chest. No, she didn't. Her arms were up, and he was stabbing at her arms. There's no cuts in her arms. That don't make no sense. And then there's no blood. And then when she falls out of frame, all of a sudden blood starts gushing on the floor when she's out of frame. That's weird. I'm going to ask questions. I'm not just going to go along with shit. And something, if something looks weird, I'm like a kid. Hey man, that don't look right. I'm like a 5-year-old sometimes. Hey, that don't look right. Why is that happening? You know? And then they said he ran around talking about, I got that white girl. Really? Really? He ran around talking about, I got that. I shows got that white girl, jive turkey. What kind of black exploitation bullshit is that? Really? That's not suspicious? Oh, that's real convenient. This dude does this heinous crime that's conveniently filmed. This surveillance is framed perfectly where you can see him pull the knife out. You see him, his eyes lurking over there at her, and then he jumps up and she does this slow, dramatic death. Okay. Okay. Yeah, man. Folks are okay to have questions about this. It's okay to have questions. Yeah. And that convenient angle, this perfectly positioned shot. Uh, okay. All right. But that whole jumping up, I got the white girl. I sure got that job, turkey. Okay. But the thing that really has me skeptical, family, the thing that really got me skeptical. Now, there were other people around. There were some other black people around. And boy, the white supremacists started attacking them. Like, look at all these black people around, and they're just sitting there, and they didn't even help her. All the blacks, oh, look at these blacks. Yeah, okay, let's unpack that. If you're black, raise your hand. If you're black in here, we're the black people. Raise your hand, people. And I've been black for a minute. I've been black for a long time. Many of you been black for a long time. This is the thing that really, really, really took me out of the realm of reality with this narrative. Black folks, how many black people do you know will sit up while somebody's stabbing and they just gonna sit their asses there? Huh? How many black folks y'all know gonna do that? How in the hell what black folks you know just gonna sit there while some fool is up here stabbing folks? Put your thinking caps on. I don't know nobody who's gonna sit there when that shit is happening, just calmly sitting there when this nigga up here stabbing folks, black folks sitting there. Are you out of your freaking mind? Black folks would jump out that train while that bitch is moving. We're not gonna just sit around when some fool is up here stabbing, just casually looking over and then minding our business. No, we're not going to do that. We're gonna get the hell up, we're gonna make some noise, we're gonna do something. We're not gonna sit up there in this fool stabbing. What did the black folks? Did the black folks know he wasn't gonna target them? What was that? That's the part that really threw me. The black folks sitting around all casual and not doing nothing when this fool is up here stabbing. No, and blood dripping. We ain't sitting around waiting and that type of shit is happening. We get the hell up out of there and get away from the danger. Let's get Brother Stephen in here.
That's exactly what I was thinking in the beginning because I'm like, I remember somebody was on the bus with a knife. I would have been out. I'm like, I'm gone. People are running. If people are running, somebody got a knife. I'm getting the fuck up out of
Right?
there. If there's blood, shit, and the people are saying, "Oh, the blacks just stood there and did like." Bitch, what would you do? The white people, they would have just froze and not done nothing. I don't think any of these people who are saying that we're not doing anything are actually thinking they're just trying to say something bad about black people. I was
Right.
like, we would run. I'm getting out of there. I'm leaving. And they're saying I'm a bitch for leaving. I'm like, I want to live. I don't give a I don't have to prove anything to you. That's yeah.
Yeah, my man. Yeah, look, thank you, brother. Yeah, black folks, man, we ain't really sitting around when somebody's stabbing. Yeah, we ain't gonna just sit around. We're hypersensitive to danger. We know how to get the hell on somewhere. We're gonna bounce, go to the other side of the train. We going somewhere. Let's get stealth in here.
Yeah, what's up, brother? We would have did everything to get up out of there. We would have pushed people out the way. We would have made noise,
Yeah,
broke the window, hopped out the back of the train, or whooped his ass.
right, right.
You out of pocket for sitting back there if you see a crazy. I mean, the first thing you're gonna do is look for some gang shit or some crazy and not go back there. So she out of pocket for being back there.
Yeah, it's heavy, man. Thank you. Yeah, man. It's some of the math ain't really math, and I don't know. I don't know, but I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna ask questions. Let's get T and F.
Tariq, why can't you just go with the narrative? Why do you got to ask logical
Uh,
questions? Why do you got to do that, man?
man, hey, man, hey. Like I said, I think like a 5-year-old sometimes. So when something don't make sense, I just gotta ask about it, man. Yeah. If something don't make sense, hey, when people get stabbed, usually there's a wound and some blood. It's there's no delayed blood coming out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a medical person. Maybe there's some medical things that I don't know about. I don't know. But
No,
oh, so I didn't know you're still talking, brother. But there you go. Let's get let me get some more people in here. Let me get some more folks in here. Let's get Don Mulio in the building. Don Mulio. Don Mulio in the building.
Shout out to this space, man. You know what's so funny? The only people that are really asking the hard questions about this are black people. I watched that video multiple times. In addition to it looking edited, I question a lot of things, man. You don't see no gash on her neck. They ran with this narrative that said she got stabbed in the neck. Somebody that petite, somebody that small, getting stabbed by somebody who's clearly twice her size and at an angular advantage, we would have saw a lot of blood being
Right.
splattered. I believe this is a manufactured situation that they're trying to use so they can say, "Oh, look at what these super predator black men are out here doing." It's completely fallacious, and they need to hire some better crisis actors. I've seen better acting on Tubi.
Man. Man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah. We gotta ask questions. Let's get Indigo.
Uh, uh, can you hear
Yes,
me?
ma'am. How are you, Indigo?
I'm fine. Remember a few years ago, it was a white dude going around robbing banks, and it looked like a black guy. His own mama thought that it was her son and turned him in. Come to find out, it was a white guy. So I was thinking of that. Maybe he got a realistic um black mask. So I'm just confused about it too myself.
Mhm.
So that's something to think about too. They got these realistic masks now, which makes you look black or white. So I don't
Now,
know. It's kind of strange to
thank
me.
you, dear. But with this guy, it's just a real dude. But the guy had mental illness, so a lot of time, people historically they've always used mentally ill people to do psyops. The government has done that for decades. So yeah, they got a bunch of people who are on type of drugs. They've been in and out of jail, so they're already in the system. So they could use them for different operations. Uh, the people have been talking about MK Ultra and things like that for years. So they can get real people. They can get real people to do this stuff. Let's get it's me. It's me. Hop on in.
Yes, sir. What up, family?
What's up? It's me.
It's me. Yes, sir. What's up, Tariq? Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you, brother. What's on your mind?
Yes, sir. So, I just want to talk about a situation. So today, this happened today. Me and my wife was working out in the front yard. A white kid, we talking about a white kid rides by in an electric scooter. And so while we were working in the yard, I hear a noise from the white kid, and she fell down. And so when she fell down, I ran over to render aid. So we're talking about kids.
Okay.
Hey, I love the kids. I don't care what black, white, Mexican. I love the kids. But the moral of the story is when I seen the story when the people getting after the dude did his deed and the people getting up, that didn't make sense to me because we as family, we're gonna try to. I've never seen a black person not to help
Right.
in any type of situation.
Right. Right.
And so I thought that was strange where people were getting up and they were not trying to help. And she was balled up in a situation where, anyway, yeah, I thought that was strange.
Yeah,
But
and thank you for the call. And there was one still video later on when all the blood was gushing and all that. Some black dude came and he took his shirt off or did something with it to help her. But again, this stuff is it's just all over the place. It's really all over the place.
Microphone check. Microphone check.